Hello, you're watching News Mongolia on MNB World, and I'm your host, Jargashma Toshinjargar. On the News Mongolia today, Mongolia's 2026 development plan is being developed. Mongolia moves to ban online gambling and strengthen financial oversight. Mongolia's FIDE World School Chess Championship 2025 team comes home with medals. For the news, stay tuned. One of the major documents being discussed during the spring session of Parliament is the country's short-term development plan. For the drafting of Mongolia's 2026 development plan, input and assessments are being collected from scholars, researchers, and private sector enterprises. The development plan drafted by the Ministry of Economic Development projects an increase in the use of artificial intelligence in all sectors next year. The government has also stated that it aims to implement significant tax and investment environment reforms to reduce state involvement in business and promote a free market economy.
The goal is to fully integrate artificial intelligence into public procurement and tender processes, ensuring greater transparency and openness. As part of productivity reforms, the government will conduct an in-depth analysis of its functions to clearly define which tasks it will handle itself and which will be delegated to the private sector.
Expanding industries and services by increasing private sector investment will lead to growth in domestic and international sales. However, keeping taxes and fees at a reasonable and stable level is crucial. The private sector and economists emphasize the need for the government to address this issue.
First and foremost, to counter the upcoming crisis, the budget must be significantly streamlined. Second, the legal framework for businesses and overall business support should be strengthened. Currently, corporate taxes and other taxes are quite high. We operate under a linear tax system that lacks flexibility. In contrast, other countries implement transfer tax system. A law on public-private partnership has already been enacted, outlining how the government should collaborate with the private sector. However, when it comes to implementation, the law on the Mongolian National Chamber of Commerce and Industry is outdated and hasn't been revised. This inconsistency has created conflicts that must be resolved. Cabinet and Parliament must address this issue quickly, ideally by July.
The 2026 development plan has been formulated in alignment with Vision 2050 and the government's action plan. The relevant ministry announced that the plan takes into account the 2026 budget law and revised tax legislation. Mongolia plans to ban online gambling and tighten financial regulations to combat illegal transactions. Proposed legal changes would allow authorities to freeze bank accounts, though concerns about privacy and underground markets persist. The Mongolian government has proposed a complete ban on online gambling by amending existing legislation, which currently allows for licensing betting and online gambling operations. The proposal has been submitted to Parliament for review.
Operating online gambling for profit using digital platforms, facilitating these activities, acting as intermediaries such as the 110 agents behind 1xBet, and promoting gambling through various advertising channels must be all banned. If these measures are implemented, we estimate that illegal gambling-related activities could be reduced by 65% in the initial stage of implementation.
Law enforcement agencies report that online gambling has been linked to illegal financial transactions, including money laundering, with significant sums being transferred abroad through commercial banks and financial networks. Discussions are underway to amend the banking law to require banks to provide account information when requested by investigators.
Under the current law enforcement agencies can only obtain financial information with the prosecutor's approval. However, due to the nature of online gambling and its rapid transactions, law enforcement must be able to act swiftly. The proposed amendments will allow authorities to freeze or seize bank accounts immediately in cases related to gambling operations.
Bank account information is highly sensitive and involves personal privacy rights. While there are talks of issuing financial data with specific permissions, I don't support granting law enforcement additional investigative powers that could infringe on individual rights. Officials clarify that police will only access financial data related to fraud or suspicious transactions and will not have broad authority to investigate all bank accounts. While some countries, including South Korea and China, have successfully imposed strict bans, experts warn that such measures may push gambling further underground, making regulation and enforcement more challenging. Several countries have completely banned online gambling, including South Korea and China. However, the biggest risks are that gambling activities could shift to the black market, making them harder to detect, and enforcing such strict regulations will be highly challenging. To ensure effective implementation, lawmakers are also discussing stricter penalties for offenders by amending criminal and administrative laws. The final legislative framework is still under discussion. The FIDE World School Chess Championship, hosted in Serbia from March 20th to 28th, brought together 480 young chess players from 44 countries. 31 talented Mongolian players returned home with outstanding achievements, securing 2 gold medals, 1 silver and 1 bronze, showcasing the country's rising chess prowess. The International Chess Federation held the World School Chess Championship in Serbia from March 20th to 28th. The tournament featured 480 top student chess players from 44 countries, who competed in 6 age categories to test their intellect. 31 young Mongolian chess players participated, achieving remarkable success by winning 2 gold medals, 1 silver and 1 bronze.
Our young chess player, Boyin Hishig, at just 13 years old, competed in the 17-year-old category, which was a remarkable achievement. This shows not only the strength of Mongolia, but also that our country's future is bright. Boyin Hishig has won the World Championship for the 2nd time. Another young player, Nandan Jigur, won the 9-year-old World Championship last year, and this year she became the world champion in the 11-year-old category. We now have 2 two-time world champions back in Mongolia. Our Cups player, Mongolian, a student from a Sod school in Bagnor district, achieved great success by winning a bronze medal at the World School Championship. Previously, she won a bronze medal at the Asian Schools Chess Championship. Nandan Jigur and Mongolian started their chess journey at the same club and trained together. They both participated in the World School Championship, earning gold and bronze medals. We are delighted by their excellent achievements.
13-year-old chess player and FIDE master Boyin Hishig took first place in the girls under 17 category, earning her 2nd gold medal at the World School Chess Championship. She won her first gold medal in 2023 and a bronze medal in 2024. FIDE master Nandan Jigur claimed first place in the girls under 11 category, securing her 2nd World School Chess Championship gold medal. Mongolian won a bronze medal in the same category. In the girls under 9 category, Ornzaya earned a silver medal. I won a gold medal in 2023 and a bronze medal in 2024. This year, I played in an older age group and won the gold medal. I'm very happy. This is my 9th year playing chess. I would like to express my deep gratitude to all my coaches. This is my 3rd championship. I finished as the runner-up in the World School Chess Championship. I would like to thank my mom, dad, and my coaches. Out of 31 chess players from Mongolia, 19 secured spots in the top 10. Mongolian junior chess players have won 56 medals at the World School Chess Championship, with this year's 2 gold, 1 silver, and 1 bronze medal, bringing the medal count to 60. Here is the currency exchange rates provided by Mongol Bank. Thank you for staying with us. Next, our program will turn our attention to foreign news, partnered with international news agencies. President Donald Trump imposed a 10% baseline tax on all imports and higher tariffs on trade surplus nations, including 34% on China, 20% on the EU, and 25% on South Korea. Declaring a national economic emergency, he promised job growth but risks price hikes on goods. Calling the current system unfair, Trump claimed the U.S. had been looted by other nations. Using emergency powers, he introduced reciprocal tariffs to push foreign governments to lower trade barriers, citing a $1.2 trillion trade deficit.
My fellow Americans, this is Liberation Day. My fellow Americans, this is Liberation Day. Waiting for a long time. April 2nd, 2025 will forever be remembered as the day American industry was reborn, the day America's destiny was reclaimed, and the day that we began to make America wealthy again. We're going to make it wealthy, good and wealthy. For decades, our country has been looted, pillaged, raped, and plundered by nations near and far, both friend and foe alike. American steel workers, auto workers, farmers, and skilled craftsmen, we have a lot of them here with us today. They really suffered gravely. They watched in anguish as foreign leaders have stolen our jobs, foreign cheaters have ransacked our factories, and foreign scavengers have torn apart our once beautiful American dream. We had an American dream that you don't hear so much about. You did 4 years ago, and you are now, but you don't too often, and for many years and decades even, you didn't hear too much about. Our country and its taxpayers have been ripped off for more than 50 years, but it is not going to happen anymore. It's not going to happen.
The tariffs at the existing levies on autos, steel, and aluminum. Trump also targeted imports from China, Canada, and Mexico, and plans further taxes on pharmaceuticals, lumber, copper, and computer chips.
In a few moments, I will sign a historic executive order instituting reciprocal tariffs on countries throughout the world. Reciprocal, that means they do it to us and we do it to them. Very simple. Can't get any simpler than that. This is one of the most important days, in my opinion, in American history. It's our declaration of economic independence. For years, hardworking American citizens were forced to sit on the sidelines as other nations got rich and powerful, much of it at our expense. But now it's our turn to prosper, and in so doing, use trillions and trillions of dollars to reduce our taxes and pay down our national debt, and it'll all happen very quickly. With today's action, we are finally going to be able to make America great again, greater than ever before.
Despite stock market tropes and inflation concerns, the administration remains firm. The tariffs could spark economic slowdowns and political fallout, but Trump is pressing ahead with his trade overhaul. All right, that's all for today. Thank you for staying with us. We'll see you tomorrow with more news and updates. Goodbye.